I am confident that I never sent nor received any information that was classified at the time it was sent and received. Thanks to a lot of hard work and sacrifice, we've come back from the worst of the Great Recession. It clearly wasn't the best choice. I should have used two emails, one personal, one for work, and I take responsibility for that decision.
Although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
I was on the way to winning until the combination of Jim Comey's letter on October 28th and Russian WikiLeaks raised doubts in the minds of people who were inclined to vote for me but got scared off.
I'll tell you the facts. They called me.
Rudy Giuliani is fighting back.
I wasn't operating on my own.
Insisting his talks with Ukrainian officials were proper, important, and encouraged by the U.S. State Department.
In fact, I'm a legitimate whistleblower.
So why is President Trump's personal lawyer so worked up? It comes in the wake of news about the now infamous call between Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky. In that call, Giuliani's name comes up repeatedly as Trump asks for foreign help investigating Democrat Joe Biden. Rudy very much knows what's happening, Trump says. If you could speak to him, that would be great. That has raised accusations Giuliani was acting as an improper agent of the State Department, arranging a political hit job from afar in the name of official business. Giuliani says no way he was helping investigate corruption, and he says he has a paper trail that proves it, including this text message from a State Department official arranging a meeting.
I went to meet Mr. Zelensky's aide at the request of the State Department. 15 memos make that clear.
The State Department says Mr. Giuliani is a private citizen and acts in a personal capacity as a lawyer for President Trump. He does not speak on behalf of the U.S. government. But he has spoken for Trump many times.
What you just said is totally erroneous. It's not a crime.
Attacking his foes, dismissing his critics.
It depends on where it came from. It didn't obstruct.
The president calls him a loyal ally.
Rudy's a very straight shooter.
His critics call him something else.
He is the political henchman for the president.
And Giuliani is clearly hedging his bets against another potential title he could be saddled with if the Ukraine affair gets much messier. Fall guy.
If practice makes perfect, then preparation for China's National Day will make for a seamless ceremony. For weeks, students, soldiers, and residents meticulously rehearsing their choreographed steps of military might and nationalistic pride, reflecting China's meteoric rise. What was a struggling nation, China today is the world's second largest economy and growing. October 1st marks 70 years since the founding of Communist China. On that day, all eyes will be looking here, Tiananmen Square. It is the symbolic center of the People's Republic, drawing folks from all over the country to its capital, Beijing. Photographer Gao Yan has been capturing the changes here through his lens.
We've gone from solving the basic problem of having enough food to eat and clothes to wear to today people having money to travel for fun.
China today is the world's leading manufacturer and exporter. It boasts the world's largest standing army. And if global success was not enough, they've become the first nation to ever land a spacecraft on the far side of the moon. All of this happening under a single communist party, led today by President Xi Jinping, a leader who's become increasingly powerful as his country has become wealthier. But China's many advancements have come at a cost. With pollution and air quality issues, widespread development is also taking a toll on the environment. The ongoing trade war slowing China's economy. These mounting concerns now driving away many of its elites. Yang Zi has called Beijing home for the past 20 years. She works long hours as a sales director. It's afforded her a life of leisure and middle-class luxury. But at 40 years old, she's burnt out and now wants out.
When the average person looks at you, they would see somebody who seemingly has everything. Beautiful home, a car, access to technology. Why leave?
Materially, I'm very content. But this is not what I'm pursuing for my life. Everyone in China is busy, and everyone is under pressure. Not just me. I'm an example of the majority of the middle class.
She worries about healthcare, education, food safety, and fears social morality here in China has eroded beyond repair.
Everyone rushes about for work, and it's all about money and self-interests. This is not how I want to end up. I want a higher degree of happiness and a better quality of life.
She's already bought a place in Italy, planning to leave behind her rapidly changing homeland. Change that's led to the anniversary ahead, an elaborate show for both China and the world. Watching, you'll likely ask yourself, is it all a fancy facade destined to crumble, or a precursor to China becoming the new world leader? David Culver, CNN, Beijing.
The investigator is not pulling any punches. She says there is credible evidence that high-level Saudi officials, including the Crown Prince, were involved in ordering the premeditated murder of the slain journalist Jamal Khashoggi. She recommends that there should be targeted sanctions against Saudi Arabia as a result. She says that the Saudis should be forced to pay reparations to the family of Jamal Khashoggi. And most importantly and interestingly, Allison, it appears she actually listened to the tapes, the famous tapes of the execution that took place in the Saudi consulate, which really punches a hole in this theory that the Saudis had tried to float, that essentially this was a rendition that had gone wrong. She says that 13 minutes before Jamal Khashoggi even enters the consulate, the forensic doctor who was part of the Saudi team of 15 starts talking about a dissection. He reportedly expresses hope that the dissection would be easy, and goes on to comment that he had never cut something on the ground. He then goes into some lurid details I'm not even going to repeat about the torso being too heavy. And then another person in the group asks whether the sacrificial animal has arrived. That believed to be a reference to Khashoggi. Khashoggi then arrives. He's taken into another room. He's told to write a text message to his sons telling them he's coming back to Saudi Arabia. He refuses. He sees a syringe and says, "Are you going to drug me?" At which point there is a 7-minute struggle, during the course of which it is believed that he was asphyxiated with a plastic bag. Lurid and damning details in this new report.